That black fin on your car roof. You probably assume you know what it does. You don't. What's actually happening inside that small bump, and underneath it, and around it, is something most car owners have never been told. The shape isn't what you think it is. The signal isn't coming from where you think it is. And some of those fins on some of those cars aren't doing anything at all. There's also a 70-year pattern hiding underneath all of this, one that car makers have pulled twice now. And once you see it, you'll spot it everywhere. Let's get into it. Pop a real shark fin open and you won't find a single antenna. You'll find several, all crammed into a space barely bigger than a bar of soap. One handles AM and FM radio. Another pulls in GPS. A third connects to satellite radio. A fourth links your phone and infotainment screen to the cellular network. And then there's one that most people don't expect. In some cars, a signal inside that same fin is handling your key fob, the button you press to unlock your car from across a car park. That signal, the most ordinary thing you do around your car, is running through the same tiny shell as your GPS navigation. Different frequencies, different jobs, all trying not to interfere with each other. Engineers have to physically shield each component from the next, so a phone call doesn't scramble your GPS, and your key fob doesn't bleed into your satellite radio. It's a surprisingly delicate problem for something that small. That distinctive tilted shape. Most people assume it was designed to improve signal or cut through the air more cleanly. It wasn't. Antenna engineers have pointed out that the rakish angle barely affects reception quality at all. The aerodynamics argument gets used to justify it, but the real reason behind that exact shape was styling. It looks fast. It looks modern. It looks like it belongs on a car from the future. The shape was designed to be seen. The engineering followed. The second assumption is about where the signal is actually coming from. Old whip antennas, ugly as they were, pulled an AM radio far better than the compact fin ever could, especially outside cities. So manufacturers quietly started hiding backup antennas somewhere most people would never think to look. Laminated directly into your windshield and rear window glass. Invisible copper traces you've been looking straight through for years. Right there in front of your face. Invisible. But the windshield antenna is at least doing something. Some of what's sitting on car roofs isn't doing anything at all, because the fin became such a powerful visual signal for a modern car. An entire aftermarket emerged selling shark fins with nothing inside them. No antenna, no wiring, no connection to anything. Just a hollow plastic shape stuck on with tape. Bought by people who wanted their older car to look like it had the same technology as a new one. The fin is a costume, and a significant number of people bought the costume without the contents. Which raises one question: how did we end up here? And it turns out, car makers have done this exact thing before. This specific shape isn't as old as it looks. BMW introduced it on the first Mini Cooper in 2001. Within a few years, almost every automaker had copied it. Not because engineers demanded it, because a bare roof suddenly looked outdated next to one with a fin. The shape spread through the industry the same way a fashion trend spreads. Someone led, everyone followed, and then the original reason barely mattered anymore. But BMW didn't invent the instinct. They just repeated it. Because car makers had done this exact thing before, and the first time, it went much further. In 1948, Cadillac's design team was given special clearance to view a top-secret American fighter, the P-38 Lightning. They came back sketching small fins onto the rear of their cars. The idea worked. Other automakers panicked and followed. Through the 1950s, Cadillac and Chrysler pushed each other into what insiders called a fin war. By the late 1950s, those fins had grown into towering chrome blades, inspired by jets, slapped onto family sedans that would never go anywhere near a runway. A design historian later put it simply, the tail fin had about as much to do with real car engineering as a hula hoop. It didn't make cars faster, it didn't make them safer, it made them look like the future had already arrived. That's the pattern hiding under your shark fin antenna. It's never been purely about function. Car makers have always known that people don't just buy technology, they buy the feeling of it. A jet-inspired blade of chrome in 1959, a shark-inspired bump of plastic today. Different material, different decade, same instinct. And like the tail fin before it, the shark fin will probably fade too, replaced by whatever shape convinces us next that our car is keeping up with the future. So next time you walk past a car and glance at that little fin, you'll know. Some of it is working. Some of the job is being done by wires hidden in the glass you've been looking through for years. And some of those fins on some of those cars are just a shape, a costume doing the job of a tool. The same trick car makers pulled in 1959, just smaller and darker and plastic. That's what we do at Unknown Behind Known Things. Find what's really going on inside the things you've been looking at your whole life without ever truly seeing. Subscribe for more, and tell us in the comments, what everyday object do you want us to look at next?